Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Stay and this is Coloring Bliss, and today we're here to talk about all things Prismacolor. I have two resource books to share with you. One is brand new and one is newly remodeled. Is that what you would say, Steve?
Updated.
Updated, that's a better word. So two books to help you with your Prismacolor Premiere's full set. If you own that full set, you want to get the most out of it. You want to know how to organize it into smaller groups so that you can quickly and efficiently pick your colors. You want to understand all the different colors that are in those beautiful pencil sets and be able to put them to work for you, blending and coloring beautiful pieces of art. So to start us off, we need to do a giveaway to celebrate these beautiful Prismacolor books that I'm going to be showing to you. And for this giveaway, we are giving to one of you the full set of Prismacolor Premiere pencils. This box right here is coming to one of you. We're so excited about it. Now, it wouldn't be the full set without the two brand new colors. They're both beautiful purples, and so we wanted to make sure you have the full set because our books are set up now to include the new two colors for 2023. Actually, I think it came out at the end of 2022, right? Doesn't matter because they're new and they're beautiful and they're part of the Prismacolor Premiere line. Now there's also another pencil that's part of the Prismacolor Premiere line, and that's the colorless blender, and you need this as well in order to get beautiful blends. It's one of my most favorite colorless blenders. So we're including a 2-pack of this for you, so you'll have everything you need to be a full set syndrome satisfied Prismacolor person.
Nice.
That was quite a sentence. And it includes both of the resource books, by the way. I can't forget that. It ends September 13th, 2023, and the winner will be announced via email on September 14th. Now, don't get scammed. Scam alert, scam alert. There are active scammers in our YouTube comments right now. They're there, and they're trying to get you, and so I want to give you a few pointers so that you will not get scammed. First of all, here at Coloring Bliss, we will never ask for money from you for a prize that you have won. If you win a prize with us, we ship it to you on our bill. We send you all the things we said. You don't have to give us a single penny in order to get your prize. So if they ask for money from you, that's a scam. Now, secondly, we never announce the winner prior to the date that we told you. For this giveaway, it's September 14th. So if it says in the comments of YouTube you're a winner and it's not September 14th yet, that's a scam. Run away. And thirdly, we announce our winners via email direct from us, not from YouTube, not from Telegram, not from anywhere else. It'll be coming directly from us. So hopefully that will help you stay safe. We can all have fun with this giveaway. There are so many different ways to enter. Just follow the link in the video description and get your entries in so that you have a chance to win this big prize. It's worth almost $200, all these prizes put together. Pretty exciting, and I'm so happy that we get to do this for one of you, our beautiful community. Okay, now let me show you these two resource books that come with the giveaway and let you know how to get some of the things in these resource books for free. Now, while we're watching Rose get her bed set up, I want to remind all of you that we are not sponsored by Prismacolor. I am just a legit fan who loves these products so much so that we've created two books and we do multiple giveaways of this beautiful set of pencils. So, now that Rose has settled down, let me show you my two books. Now, the very first time I reviewed Prismacolor Premiere products here on Coloring Bliss was back in 2016. That's what, 7 years ago? Yeah. 7 years ago. So for 7 years, I've been reviewing, working with, and just all in all loving the Prismacolor Premiere line. And like I said, we're not sponsored. This is just truly me loving this product. And over these years, I have amassed all of this work. Look at all these things I've done to get to be what I think is an authority on Prismacolor products and Prismacolor Premiere, especially that line of pencils. So I want to show you that when you take all this knowledge here, Steve and I have worked so hard on all of this knowledge, and we've we've kind of condensed it down into 2 books. These 2 beautiful books for you. And Steve, I want to do a special shout out to you and say thank you for making the books beautiful and logical and so amazing to send out to all the people who also love Prismacolor.
You're welcome. I try.
I mean, look at the beautiful photography. This whole book is full of photography of items that we have put together for you to help you as you go down your Prismacolor journey. So maybe you've just recently purchased the entire full set, or maybe you've had them for a while and you feel like you're not getting the most out of them. That's what this book right here is for. It's to really give you a taste of the knowledge that I've gained over the last 7 years. So I teach you how to sharpen the pencils. I teach you how to store them. There's an introduction here all about Prismacolor and how they've changed over the years. Look at these cool old Prismacolor pencils. So cool. The photography, again, is just so pretty. Here we talk about some of the cons, because there are cons with the Prismacolor Premier line, and how to overcome those things that you come across sometimes with Prismacolor. We talk about other pencil lines that are in the Prismacolor world, like Scholar and Verithin, and the watercolor and color race, and there's even more that we've done videos in the past on. So there's a lot to learn there just on the Prismacolor lines. And then we talk about supplies that you need, paper, odorless mineral spirits and other solvents, and storage, ways to store your pencils, how to extend the life of your pencils, how to erase these pencils, because Prismacolor Premier is very difficult to erase, but it's not impossible, so we give you some tips on that as well. So many fun things. Oh, now we're getting into pencil storage and care, and how to do different coloring techniques, how to even hold the pencil. We talk about that in this book. We kind of cover a little bit of everything so that you know how to blend the pencils when you're done, how to use solvents, how to try hatching and flicking and to get different effects as you're coloring. It's just so much fun. We even talk about how to incorporate and use the Prismacolor Premier pencils with other brands and other art supplies. It's just, everything is there. But that section, those 3 sections, are probably not my favorite. They are so full of information, and I'm really excited to share all that with you. But my favorite section is section 4, because I worked really hard on this, and I wanted to create a way for you to organize your sets. I see people all the time purchasing other sets of pencils because they want all pastels, or they want all metallics, or there's certain sets of pencils that people purchase, a portrait set so you can color faces. But in your Prismacolor Premier set is almost everything you can wish for. Now, they are lacking on metallics. They only have 2 metallics in their set. But other than that, I think Prismacolor Premier pretty much covers everything. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So in section 4, we've broken it down into groups so that you can look at your pencils in different ways. And we give you swatch charts on beautiful color pencil paper so that you can swatch these out and see all the colors in these groups. So first off, we have the full set, the main big group, but this isn't just an ordinary swatch chart. This swatch chart puts all of your pencils into color wheel order. So we go from yellow to yellow-orange to orange and so forth throughout all these pencils. And this was an epic adventure, let's just say. Steve and I spent hours going cross-eyed, sitting here underneath the good lights, trying to get these in just the right order for you. Now we also have the portrait colors. Do you need help coloring faces and skin tones and beautiful hair and beautiful eyes? That's what the portrait colors grouping is for. And then we have the nature colors. So if you are really into botanicals or seascapes or landscapes, this set here will get you started with a really beautiful, deep color palette to choose from. Now the pastel tints, Oh, I love the pastels. It's just like spring on a page. And there are 49 different pastel tints. Now that includes white, but I think white is a pastel because that's how you make a pastel. You have to add white to everything. So there are 48 colors, 49 plus the white, to make the pastel group. And then when I was creating the pastel group, I couldn't help but look at all the beautiful, really deep, dark, rich, vibrant colors that Prismacolor makes. So I came up with 49 that come into the dark shades, and it's very masculine and kind of vintage and an autumn type feeling in this group here. So if you like that kind of feel, you're going to love that grouping. And then we have 27 specialized colors. That's where the neons come in, the metallics, and the so stunning sets of grays. They have 3 full sets of grays in the Prismacolor Premier line. So you get to see all that side by side right there in that grouping. And then we have 2 other groupings here that are also based on the artist's color wheel. This will help you get a light, medium, and dark of every color on the color wheel, this Tri-Tones right here. And that makes blending like super easy and making transitions from light to dark. That's what this grouping right here is for. But then on the color wheel, we have what we call the tertiary colors. There's primary, secondary, and tertiary. Any color that has 2 words in it, like red, orange, blue, green, those are your tertiary colors. And sometimes a color like blue-green can lean 2 different ways. It can lean a little bit blue, it can lean a little bit green. And we didn't want to leave out those 2 leanings. So we created this, the tertiary alternatives, and this is brand new. No one has seen this yet except those of you who have access to this book. And they are so much fun. It's so fun to go from having just one option for blue-green to having 2 options. And it's fully filled out with a light, medium, and dark for both sides of each tertiary. So cool. Now I've also included this one here, 48 Essentials, because I know that sometimes you want to go on a vacation or a trip and you don't want to take the full set of Prismacolor Premier pencils because it's bulky and you need a smaller set. So this one right here, the 48 Essentials, gives you exactly that. 48 essential pencils that can help you color pretty much anything. Landscape, portrait, beautiful botanicals. It's all there in that little 48 set so that you can collect those all together, maybe put them in a pencil roll, throw them in your purse or your art bag, and you're on your way with your essential colors. It's pretty cool. And then we've also included some blank swatch charts because we know that as you are working through all these groupings, you might come up with your own grouping that you want to create. Maybe you want to come up with one that's themed for the 80s and you want to have a whole bunch of colors that reminds you of the 80s. Well, you could do that on one of these blank swatches. Maybe as you're going through the 48 Essentials, you think, you know what, I need to add 12 more to that group because I don't think she added enough colors. So you could do that as well here with these blank swatches. We wanted to give you room to really enjoy and learn from your own sets of colored pencils so that you can get some beautiful swatches that work for you and what you're doing. And then we wanted to set you up with some coloring practice so that you could start using these new groupings, using the blending skills that I teach, and trying to practice not that death grip on your pencil. So we've given you 5 different coloring pages to color, and they're 5 different themed. So we have a flower theme, landscape theme, mandala, portrait, and a positive phrase. And as you switch over here to this next page, I want to show you what else we've included here. Now this has been printed on some beautiful cardstock. This part of the book is on some really nice high quality, what would you call this kind of paper, Steve?
It's basically our marker paper, but just a light version.
A light version of our marker
It's
paper.
really smooth.
And it's really beautiful. But then as you get into the second half of this book, we have picked very particular papers. So actually, there's 3 different types of paper in this one book. This one is printed on a nice cardstock, and it gives you a mini color wheel to help you choose color schemes. This is mine here. I have it cut out and laminated because I'm pretty tough on my color wheels. I'm dropping it and really using these heavily, and so I like mine laminated, but we have it on a nice cardstock, so that's not necessarily necessary unless you really want it to be laminated like mine. But then all you have to do is take one of these wheels, you lay it on top, rotate it around, and you can quickly find different color schemes. Everything from a 2-color scheme to I think we have 5 color schemes in here. So this tool right here, so excited to offer this as part of this book. And then here are the pages for you to color, and they are printed on our beautiful color pencil paper that we love so much here at Coloring Bliss. So we have several pages for you to color here, and then you get into the swatching world. Here's the full set swatching page. Here's the portrait page. Here's the nature page, the pastel tints, the dark shades, and those 27 specialized, and then we get into the tritone combos here, and finally the beautiful tertiaries, which I can't wait for all of you to dive in and experience the tertiary combos. They're really exciting. And then the 48 essentials, and here's those blank pages that I was telling you about. All in this book. It's spiral bound with a nice heavy card on the back so that you can work on your lap if you want to. It's just a really high quality, beautiful book, and I highly recommend it. Not just because Steve and I made it, but because I think you will get more out of your Prismacolor Premier pencils if you get them organized and understand how to fully use them. So in preparation for this book, I got to color all those groupings into the different swatch charts. So I showed you the groupings, and then back here are all the blank pages here. And eventually I'm going to color up a full book, but for now, I wanted to show you a sneak peek of the pages here. So this right here is the portrait set and the nature set all colored up. Here, oh, look at that. Isn't that so fun? The spring and the autumn. That's what I think we should rename them, because the pastels has such a light feeling and the darks have such a nice dark feeling. It's so good. There's the specialized page right here, and then over here is the tritones, and then over here are those tertiaries. We could do a full video and a full workshop just on these tertiaries. We probably will. So you can look forward to that if you're a part of the Coloring Academy. And here's the 48 essentials, and then right here is the page I colored up for the cover, which is one of the coloring pages that come in that book.
Something that I never really put together until you did this was that, you know, there are 48 darks, 48 lights.
Yeah.
Which means that in between, now that includes gray and that kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
that means there are about 48 midtones as well.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, that's a balanced.
A really balanced.
Yeah.
No wonder it stands the test of time. Prismacolor Premier has been around for a very long time, and it's because they have a balanced color palette, they have a creamy center, they're just, what's not to love, other than sometimes the tips break and sometimes they're off-centered. That's probably what's not to love. But for the most part, they are a high-quality, artist-grade, beautiful color pencil. And this book is going to help you with your set of Prismacolor Premiers. So to get this book, you can get it in 2 ways. First off is this printed version with all the beautiful papers I talked about. This is what I recommend right here, not the digital version, because you're going to get the papers and everything is put together in one place, and it's one resource ready to serve you. So there's a link in the video description that will take you to our Coloring Bliss print shop where you can order one of these books. Unfortunately, we don't ship outside of the US. Do we go to Canada? Mm-hmm. We do go to Canada, but it is so expensive to ship elsewhere. So if you're in that situation, maybe you're in Australia and you really want this book, That's where the digital version comes in, and I think that you would really appreciate being able to just download the digital version. You can get the digital version two ways. One, you can pay for it, or two, you can become a member of the Coloring Academy. Now, the benefit of being a member of the Coloring Academy is not only are you going to get it for free as a digital download, but in the very near future, we're going to be creating workshops, video tutorial series where you can go through this book with me. We're going to go through it all. The coloring of all the swatches, the coloring of the pages, all that good stuff will be part of that series. So becoming a Coloring Academy member not only gets it to you for free, but gets you those videos in the near future. Plus, also, if you become an Academy member, you get a discount on this book when you order it as an actual physical book. So there's one other book that we're including in this giveaway, and I'm not going to go into it quite as much detail as I did that book, but because this book's been around for a few years now, called the Tri-Tone Workbooks, and we have them brand specific. So not only for Prismacolor, like this one says, but we have them for a lot of brands. So if there is a brand that you love of an art tool, come and check out and see if we have a Tri-Tone Workbook for you. The idea behind the Tri-Tone Workbook starts with this page right here. And this is actually free for everyone right now. You can follow the link and come and get this page. If I can open it. There we go. This chart right here is one of my most favorite and most used charts of all time. It combines all of the different tritones into one chart, and you can see how they blend together. So we have a light, medium, and dark, and then a place to do the combo. And it says right on here which pencil to grab for the light yellow, the medium yellow, and the dark yellow. We've done all the work. We've gone through and found what we think are the best tritones for each color on the color wheel from the Prismacolor set. And that has changed. So like I said, this has been around for a long time.
It's the first Tri-Tone book we ever did.
Yeah. And I really love the original tritones that we did, but I've always felt like they could be just a little bit better.
Well, and that new amethyst color
Yeah.
kind of changed the game because it fit perfectly in that violet.
Yeah, so it is in here on the violet amethyst right there, the new color. So let me show you real quick what we did to change and get some new tritones for you. Okay, so we're inside my big research book here, and this is the page where we finalized the new 2023 tritones. We went through each and every tritone to see if we could make them better. And one of the things we did, yellow stayed the same, yellow-green changed, and now it's more of a yellow-green and not so much of a green yellow-green. And that's where those two tertiaries come in, because on that tertiary chart in our resource book, you get both of those sets. So you can see the yellow-green in two different ways. Now we also changed the green, and the main reason I wanted to change the green was to make the dark darker. So that's what we did there for the green. Blue-green stayed the same, but again, in our tertiary groupings, you'll have two versions of blue-green that you can look at. So cool. Now this blue we changed totally. We wanted it to be a little less violet and a little more true blue. So we have three new colors here for you. And the blue violet stayed the same, but violet changed because we got to use the new amethyst. Let me take my face off of there so you can see it better. So amethyst was worked in here, and we got to change to a different violet, and it's just overall a much more pleasing, really pretty violet combo. I love it. Red violet stayed the same. Red stayed the same. Red orange has changed. Slide this up. Again, it had to do with what I wanted in the darks. I wanted it to be a little more contrasty, a little more punchy, so I went for a darker terracotta color in the dark trio there for a red-orange. And then in orange, again, I wanted more contrast in the dark so that it felt more like a light, medium, and dark story to this one color. So I used sienna brown now in the dark. And yellow-orange stayed the same. So that all those changes are all reflected here in this chart, which is free for everyone. We want everyone to be able to have these beautiful tritones. Now, if you want this book, because it goes beyond this one amazing chart, which again has been printed on the beautiful color pencil paper. So as you can see on this one page, this is dedicated to yellow. That would be your mother color or dominant color for your color scheme. There are 21 different color combos here that will feature the color yellow. And that's repeated for every color on the color wheel. So if you're coloring, let's say, something for Halloween and you want orange to be the dominant color, you can flip to the orange page. Let me get it here. There's yellow, orange. There's orange. You can flip to the orange page and then you'll be able to look around and see what color schemes, color combinations there are available. Maybe you only want to work with 3 colors. So you look up here and pick one of these up here. Maybe you've got a really detailed coloring page. You want orange to be the dominant color, but you've got a lot to color. So you would come down here to where there's 4 and sometimes 5 colors to pick from. It's an awesome system, and we've been selling this book for a long time now, and everyone raves and loves this book. The hardest part is filling out the color schemes. Yeah. So if you don't want to fill out the color schemes, we have it's a generic color scheme selector book that you can come and choose instead of this book.
The Quick Color Picker.
Yeah, it's called the Quick Color Picker. It has everything all pre-colored, so you don't have to do it. The problem is it's not brand specific, and this one is. If you look up close here, let's say you picked this split complementary color scheme right here. It lists 9 different pencils for you to go find in your Prismacolor Premier set so that you can do that split complementary color scheme. Isn't that amazing? Straight down to the individual pencils so that you can be picking colors really fast and not be bogged down by 150 different pencils. And how do you choose the right color? We took all that work out of it for you. Now this book has a lot more involved in it. It's got more swatch charts. It's got more tools. This is that really cool this tool again
Pocket
that I
color.
showed you, the pocket color wheel, only this time you get to color it up with very specific colors from Prismacolor. So cool. There's so much in here, and I'm not going to go into it all. I'll just hurry and swing through it here so you can see all the different things that we've included. And there's more. I skipped pages. So, but I just want to reiterate how awesome this book is, and thanks Steve for going through and reorganizing it and getting all the new colors and the new color schemes. Every time I make a change, it's like a domino effect for Steve that he has to handle. So thank you. So this book is also available at our print shop, being printed on the beautiful color pencil paper. Again, this book and this book together with your color pencils, you're going to be set. You'll know how to blend, you'll know how to pick color combinations, you'll know how to put your pencils into groups so that you can find what you're looking for. It's going to do everything you need right here with these 2 books. My advice is, if you have the Prismacolor Premier line, then you need both of those books. So come and follow the links and come and get them either digitally or as a printed product, because it's going to make your life so much easier. And don't forget that we have this big giveaway going. The star of the giveaway, of course, is the beautiful full set of Prismacolor Premiers. This box right here. You're also going to get the 2 brand new purple colors. You're going to get colorless blenders, and of course we can't do this without giving you the 2 books. Thank you, Steve. The 2 books that will support your brand new set of Prismacolor Premier pencils. So again, this ends on September 13th, 2023, with the winner being announced via email September 14th. And remember, we will never ask for a single penny from you if you are the winner of this giveaway. So if someone asks you for any money, they are scamming you. Don't get scammed. So good luck everyone with the giveaway. Follow all the links in the video description and make sure you are subscribed and you like this video so that you don't miss our upcoming videos. We're going to have to do more Prismacolor videos because now I want to do an autumn and a spring coloring page.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would be so cool. Maybe it's the same image and we just use the colors from each and see how they turn out. That would be so much fun. Oh, I love coloring. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you all have a wonderful, colorful, blissful day. Bye-bye.